Entendez? Ah, enfin! Voilà, voilà. J'espère que vous allez bien. Je suis content de vous accueillir ce soir. Cette session Rock Trader. On continue un peu l'aventure. Vous savez, on avait commencé il y a quelques temps de ça. Mais la pause estivale a fait que je n'ai pas pu vous retrouver depuis. Je sais bien que chez Silky, ça joue pas mal aussi à Rock Trader. Donc, ah ben, ça fait. Allez, c'est parti. On va ici aller sur la scène de jeu et que je fais mon boulot correctement. Hop, voilà. En tout cas, je suis content de vous retrouver. Thorfinn, Catherine, bonjour Virk, bonjour Fonfon. Allez, c'est parti. Hop, transparence est un peu trop forte. Je vais... Ah, pas tant que ça. Ça va aller. Allez, parti mon kiki. Comme vous avez pu le remarquer, évidemment, dans un peu moins d'une semaine, il y aura notamment du Cyberpunk. On retournera certainement sur d'autres petits que l'on aime bien. Mais ça, je vous la surprise, bien entendu. Il y aura une petite cagnotte. Cagnotte qui financera la chaîne et qui financera aussi un bon, un bon cadeau pour un vainqueur. Ou plusieurs vainqueurs si la cagnotte fonctionne. Pour des bons d'achat sur des boutiques de PC. Voilà. Je vous donne donc rendez-vous lundi prochain. Et ce soir, c'est du Rock Trader. En trop. Mhm, trop bien. Ok, alors, où en étions-nous? Je me souviens plus trop. On avait que quitté les... Et coucou Isalag! Bien de te voir par ici. Je pense qu'on avait fait le tour de tout ce qu'il y avait à faire. Je vais aller juste voir dans la cabine du capitaine. Tout le monde, il fallait... Rendu de Cornus. On est arrivé au port d'attaque. Euh, D'où viennent-ils? Pourquoi ne les avez-vous pas remarqués avant? d'accord que Konrad Wagvir pourrait être responsable de tout ça. Pouvons-nous éviter ce combat? C'est le combat d'intro. À mon commandement, que toutes les stations se préparent au combat. C'est donc le tuto du combat spatial. Ok, donc, nous avons deux classes destroyers sur notre chemin. Je vais dézoomer. Le vaisseau, il a de la classe, quand même. Regardez-moi ce beau vaisseau avec l'aigle, enfin l'ange le dessus. On en a un déjà dans notre ligne de tir. Et on a les différents personnages. Je pensais qu'ils allaient nous donner un petit... Hmm. Donc, ça, c'est pour libérer des torpilles. Ça, c'est les canons latéraux. Et ça, c'est le canon principal. Ce qu'on va faire, c'est tirer au là-bas. Et on va blaster celui-ci. Bien fait. Possible, ça. Est-ce que je fais le bélier? C'est pas nécessaire. Ah oui, par contre, je vais faire tout mon déplacement. Contre les torpilles. Ok. C'est vrai. Eh, que dalle, c'est quoi cette histoire? Le bouclier, peut-être que ça fait seulement les dégâts? Ah non, il y a les dégâts que ça a pris, c'est 5 points de bouclier à l'arrière. Donc, on va se mettre comme ceci. S'enfuit, en fait. Revenez, bande de lâches! Ouais, et... Oui, en effet. Cool, ça. Hmm, très bien, je vais revoir mes plans afin d'y inclure une visite alternative. Juge si j'avais réussi à sauver la relique ou pas. Je ne- Donc, ben, allons faire ça tout de suite. Bam! Réussi à le sauver. Réussi à retirer le réacteur de... Que comptez-vous en faire? Je ne sais pas du tout. Bon, à mon avis, c'est le mieux de leur donner, hein. Ok, donc on va l'accueillir. Véritable atout pour le vaisseau amiral et pour vous-même. Je parle de générosité dépourvue d'arrière-pensée. Il aurait pu se fouler de nous laisser aller sur le... quand même. Des classes. Il a une petite allure de nain du chaos quand même. Hein. Voilà, travail terminé. Une barbe. Ah, barbe dense de câbles et de pistons. Oh, il est classe. Oui, oui, oui. Ils ont quand même un langage bien, bien.
To me, and I promise to honor them. I request a meeting with my esteemed colleague to facilitate knowledge exchange and to discuss values.
Heinrichs frowns slightly and nods, making some sort of mental note.
Qui est donc ce sage qui a théorisé la nature de l'esprit de la machine? J'aimerais beaucoup lire avant.
Junior Lex Mechanic Karain, operator of Auxiliary Terminal 289-0 of the lower workshops of Alter Templum Calixus X-17. A pragmatist and a bureaucrat who saw the world solely through the prism of statistics, endless parades of outflows and inflows. He had little interest in anything other than keeping track of valves and vents, but now and then he would drop pearls of wisdom such as these without even noticing it himself. I felt it was my duty to pick them up.
Donc tu exploites les subordonnés, d'accord là. Voilà une démonstration pour le moins convaincante de vos capacités. Pour produire de l'énergie.
An excellent observation. My technical designation is manipulous. And here is the galvanic cell, the repository of the motive force. No, that will take too long. Better to give a demonstration. Observe. Questions?
Et... Enfin, il n'a rien fait, pauvre. Fiche une mécatendrite dans le bras augmenté d'un technomate à proximité. Immédiatement, de l'énergie se met à remonter le long promet du manipulus jusqu'à la cellule. L'ox du technomètre bégaye, grince pendant un court instant. Son import retombe comme inanimé. Pas certain que vous avez bien vu l'effet de la manip. Le bon renvoie les... Et redonne vie au... Technométrie succès. Intéressant. Votre cellule galvanique ne se contente pas donc de stocker l'énergie, elle la redistribue également selon votre volonté. Et selon toute vraisemblance, vous l'alimentez en puisant de l'énergie dans d'autres...
Correct! Entirely correct. How rarely do I meet such astute interlocutors among the laity. I respectfully initiate a request for an audience. I must discover what other gems of knowledge are hiding within your rich mind.
Un singe qui parle! Oh, magnifique! Je veux voir ce qu'il peut dire d'autre. Exactement ça. Que signifie le titre de Genitor Extremis?
It is my creed, the incontrovertible fact that has defined my existence for as long as I can recall. And I recall a great deal. I have devoted myself to the mysteries of flesh and metal, to the processes by which one joins with the other, by which they live in union, and how they die. I am intimately familiar with machines, such as the one that I restored to life. I will school the members of the priesthood on board in its litanies of maintenance and operation, and reveal the secrets of the command runes so they may operate it themselves.
Est-ce qu'il meurt à leur tour, hein?
The sacrament of Ferrum Sanctum will be made available to you and your retinue. That, too, is an incontrovertible fact.
Boire un petit coup, c'est agréable.
Coucou, Amiterette.
Boire un petit coup, c'est doux.
Ah,
Mais
rien
il
à
ne
boire,
faut pas rouler dessous la table. Boire un petit coup, c'est agréable. Boire un petit coup, c'est doux.
On va tuer Amécarette. Ça doit te voir par ici. Boire soir. Vous parlez à votre cerveau-crâne?
Nuncius is my dearest colleague. His eagerness, inquisitive mind, and ability to view a problem from a variety of angles are invaluable to our research. He is also rather loquacious himself.
Nuncius does not make a sound, directing his visor somewhere past you.
Registering a violation. The tech unit Nuncius is ignoring the request for engagement, recommending that the unit's labor be allocated to repair tasks.
Declined with gratitude and due reverence. The tech unit Nuncius is designated as a personal instrument of the quest for the divine, which confers the privilege of privacy. That includes privacy from intrusion by entities of
Je vis
equal
sans alcool
standing.
depuis plusieurs années.
Status confirmed. Rejection of request acknowledged as valid.
Genitor Febris, I trust you understand how unusual it is to speak to a mere servo skull like this. Let us pray this is only a sentimental whim on your part,
ta gueule.
rather than the presence of heresy within your device.
A servo skull? As your colleague? Right. Well then, I'll take a data slate for my adjutant.
I see no colors coming from Nuncius. Is treating servo skulls like living beings some kind of sacred practice among the tech priests?
But surely it does not answer you. How truly peculiar.
Dans le jugement, c'est genre... Oh, terrible. Ah, c'est peut-être défiant, ça. Moi et Ogun, vous n'avez pas vraiment osé créer une intelligence artificielle.
Do you think I would dare walk about with an anathema? A profane parody of the human mind? The greatest heresy against the Omnissiah? What an absurd idea.
J'ai entendu ce genre de propos quelque part, dans une autre œuvre de fiction. Laquelle?
I honor the Crimson Accord of Mars and swear before the all-knowing, all-seeing machine god that Nuncius is no spawn of tech heresy. If I lie, then let me be struck down by the electromagnetic pulse of his wrath, and let the motive force desert my limbs forever and ever. Nuncius is an incredibly sophisticated creation of sacred algorithms interlaced with my own. It is difficult for a layperson to grasp their inner workings, yet not a single one violates the commandments of the Omnissiah.
If the servo skull had...
Amazing sincerity, Nuncius. It is gratifying to see that you have not lost your sense of tact over the years.
Vous auriez tant à apprendre de son cerveau crâne.
I fear my rendering will lack the sophistication inherent in Nuncius's lingua technis, but to crudely summarize, he is honored by your attention and records the moment as significant.
Merci pour votre aide, Eogun. Comptez-vous aller à présent?
Your thanks are accepted, but my service is not yet at an end. The clergy of the Alter Templum Calixtus X-17 cloister, in gratitude for the tidings of the sacred Archaeotech, request that you be attended by Magos Eogun Febris and the unit Nuncius. I seek your leave to employ our skills and knowledge for the benefit of the Von Valancius dynasty, including but not limited to tending to the machine spirits of the Sector Bionica, and conducting experiments in the name of knowledge. In other words, allow Nuncius and I to remain on the ship and accompany you. We are well versed in augmetics, genetics, alchemy, the anatomy of humans, and abominable xenos alike, and the mysteries of the motive force and of sacred engineering. These fields of knowledge may also be employed to eliminate units whose views are not conducive to productive debate.
Oh. Pourquoi souhaitez-vous m'accompagner?
It is my sacred duty to stand vigil to ensure the faithful operation of the technology I restored. Beyond that, Alter Templum Calixus X-17 is an enclosed community. Many wisdoms can be found within its walls, but I seem to have exhausted their supply.
Oh merde, quoi.
Theory lays the foundation for exploration, but only practice can open the gates of knowledge. Nuncius and I have always been practitioners, first and foremost.
Allez, bienvenue à bord.
Skepticism is undeniably one of the instruments of knowledge, dearest colleague. It guards us against many heresies, preventing ego and vanity from clouding reason on the path of service. But as you see, Nuncius, it is not justified in every circumstance. Rogue Trader, Nuncius states that you are a person of rare perspicacity and prudence. I record this as an incontrovertible fact, and thank you for your hospitality. But of course, I did not come empty-handed. I would like to present you with this augment. Now that the machine spirit of the implantation throne is awake, I can bestow its blessing upon you or one of your retinue, should the Rogue Trader will it.
Pouvoir m'expliquer en quoi ça consiste aussi. Ah, c'est un compagnon en fait. Ça, je sais pas que j'ai pas capté. Alors, je passe sur la table à bistouri. Qu'est-ce que ça nous... J'ai des augmentations au... Ça a des effets négatifs. Et de tir est intelligent. Oh, pas tout. Relique augmétique. Au niveau de toxine ainsi que l'effet saturation de toxine. Ah. Régénérateur à 10. Les médicaments. Oh, c'est ça. Ah si, il y avait un gros effet négatif de moins 10% à la capacité. Propulseur hydraulique. Pas l'idée dès que je le pose, sérieux? N'importe quoi. 3 sur 1000 le faire. Force là. Ah, mais à qui? C'est sûr. Mhm. Contenté de ça pour l'instant. Hors déconner.
Let us not dawdle. Honte de sang.
Lord Captain, we have the flagship Drusus's blessing with a small escort dead ahead. They are requesting a direct Vox channel. Patching you through. The Vox channel clicks, and after a brief pause, a dry, low voice hails you.
Greetings, Lord Captain. I
C'est
am
la
honored
cartographe.
to speak with the rogue trader of House von Valancius. May your name be known through the ages. Chartist Captain Austerius Thorfast, bearer of a free charter of the merchant fleet. How can I be of service?
Que fait votre escadron ici?
We develop supply routes for Chartists. You see, my ship is a representative of the merchant fleet in this part of Imperium territory, yet we do not have a fixed, charter-defined trade route. Our mission is to establish business contacts with voidfarers in need of regular ship repairs and those who are interested in specialized goods.
J'aimerais en savoir plus sur vos opérations.
For the most part, all the Expanse has is fleets of different organizations and small flotillas of merchant ships. Uninterrupted communication between worlds is a matter of life and death for many outposts of humanity, so even in this dark corner of the Imperium, there are Chartists and ships assigned to the various Adeptus. Alas, The Expanse has next to no stable trade routes, so the job can be precarious at times. Then again, no one is more intimately familiar with the hardships of local commerce than a rogue trader.
Où trouvez-vous, procurez-vous les composants que vous vendez?
Are you asking me to disclose our suppliers to you?
Thorfast laughs airily.
Well, frankly, they come from both everywhere and nowhere. We get our wares either from lucky voidsmen who stumble upon an abandoned or dilapidated...
Alors... Ceux qui vendent des... composants. Du... Et un peu. On va débloquer quelque chose. Non, il me faut encore 2. Ah. Donc on a... lance-torpille modèle VOD. 4 torpilles à plasma équipées d'ogives qui infligent 19 points de dégâts. Là, c'est ce que torse. Poste. 4 torpilles. Ça, c'est pour la... mettre à la place du torpille. Armure. Alors, c'est 5 points de chaque côté. Allez, en route pour Castel.
Your Lordship, something sinister is unfolding among the survivors from Rykad Minoris. There have already been several cases of evacuated refugees being found either dead or dying. All of them had been blinded using various means. I fear there is reason to believe that there were agents of the cult among the people.
I knew the anathema would not fully release its hold on those doleful souls just yet. Then let us march and drive it away.
Moi, un rapport complet sur les réfugiés, comment sont-ils supervisés?
The esteemed nobles and their families were given quarters befitting their status. The horrors of the massacre in the streets are still fresh in their minds, so initially they made regular trips to the lower decks to take out their fears and anger on serfs from our own crew. It would have been disrespectful to confine the nobles to their compartments, so we used shackles of a different sort by generously supplying them with amasec and intoxicants. The venerated praetor, Electroid Dar, impulse fixed, and his retinue took refuge in one of the engineering bays. Or, more accurately, they barricaded themselves in. The wise servants of the Omnissiah are fearful beyond measure that ignorant lay people might damage or offend their miraculous fusion reactor, so they cloistered themselves in their own personal fortress.
Ok, on d'en savoir plus sur les meurtres.
11 bodies have been found thus far. The first victim had their eyes burned out with a gas torch. The second had acid splashed in their face. The third was found wandering around, on their last legs and with metal pins sticking out of their eye sockets. They died before we could interrogate them. The rest were killed and disfigured in similar ways, through blinding. No trace of the killer's identity was found.
Commencez les interrogatoires.
It will be done, your lordship.
If I may interject, there is no need. The interrogations have already been conducted. I put the enforcers on alert as soon as the first body was discovered, though I decided not to disturb your lordship until I had the results. Well, now I do. We have already arrested, let's see, 4 perpetrators at the scenes of crimes that had yet to take place. Those are not murders. They are suicides.
Ah, expliquez-vous, sénéchal.
The people we apprehended were about to blind themselves and end their own lives. I am confident that all who perished did the same. When questioned, they all said the same thing. They are haunted by the sight of the dying Rykad Minoris. Even in their sleep, they still see the same horrific picture, so the sad wretches would do anything to make this nightmare stop.
Tenez des cérémonies liturgiques sur les ponts qui abritent les réfugiés. Par la force.
Certainly, Lord Captain. Except, I am afraid, it is not just the refugees. Abelard's voice is grim. 3 out of the 4 people we arrested were members of the crew. They watched Rykad Minoris die, and it left their minds scarred. We all bear the mark of that dark catastrophe, for it was the attention of the ruinous powers that branded our very souls.
You were warned, your lordship. It is regrettable that you did not listen.
Your lordship, forgive me for not welcoming you with the appropriate obeisance. We were told that you would prefer to arrive on footfall incognito, and so we are trying to attract as little attention as possible. I'm here on the behalf of the Liege of Footfall, Lord Vladimir Tokarra. The Liege awaits the chance to speak with you at his residence. But if you happen to have other business to attend to, I can serve as your guide and tell you about the station.
Cassia's lip curls slightly.
This is so familiar. Behind the amber-colored scattering of words of welcome, far less appealing hues lurk, murky and diluted. The look of someone accustomed to lying and hiding their intentions.
Idira jerks her head, shakes it, and hisses through her teeth.
Someone's come.
Abelard sighs and casually places his hand on his weapon.
Judging by the voices, there's a lot of them. Angry. They've got teeth, but they aren't that sharp. Their strength is their numbers.
Pray, what are you talking about? What could you mean by such...
Hey, newcomers! How's this for a warm welcome? Your arrogance will be your downfall. I will take you down.
Je peux bouger mes personnages. Oula. Merci. Ouais, Ah. Et tu vas ici.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Alors...
Doubt is for the weak.
c'est plus long.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
Let's make it quick.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Emperor, protect me.
Out of my way.
Nothing.
Your end was inevitable.
Oh.
On it. I'll see to it personally. Another enemy down. It's as good as done. Your end was inevitable. Who, if not me? On it. I'll make it happen. Another enemy down. It's as good as done. I'll make it happen.
It will be done.
Guided by faith.
Alors...
I will do my duty. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Indeed. It will be done.
Ok. Fort bien nombreux.
Let's get to it.
I've suffered worse.
Scared yet?
Temporary
Let's get to
setback.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Activate calculated fury algorithm. Running binary override. Request approved.
Les quoi.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehend.
Just a minor setback.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! Doubt is...
That is not my destiny. What is this foreboding? The whispers must be appeased.
Okay.
If I may, try to die with grace, at least.
Et coucou Fanfan, merci pour l'abonnement. Ça fait plaisir.
Be
Comment
careful
vas-tu?
not to cross my gaze. I am another foe painted black.
I can handle this.
Time to redouble our efforts.
Quoi? Hein? Qu'est-ce qui s'est... Enfin... Vous savez où Argenta a tiré sur
At your beck and call.
mon perso?
Victor. I will do my duty. It will be done. At your beck and call. Indeed.
Let's get to it.
My ears are ringing.
Explorers know one route. Forward.
Ok.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. We function as one.
Bon, toi, la connasse, t'as tué mon perso.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
T'as pris.
Cover me.
But a be gone.
Il est bien balèze.
On it. Not the scryer's job.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Pense bien avec un échec critique, toi.
I'm afraid not.
Victor. It will be done. No matter the cost. I will do my... We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
The shivering young servant looks up at you with horror in his eyes.
Emperor, protect me. They killed.
Every time. I warn them, and then they go all, "Dear Emperor, our Lord and Savior, how could this have happened? Who could have thought?"
Indira spits on the ground in annoyance.
Ne craignez rien, jeune homme. Nous avons réglé leur compte aux assaillants. Savez-vous de qui il s'agissait?
Your lordship, those guys were Anvers. They're a gang. They're the worst, I'm telling you. They're scared of no one, not even Liege Takara.
He glances around like he's expecting more bandits to appear.
Bon, des incidents de ce genre par ici?
Shooting, yes. Attacks on nobles, not very often. Unless it's the Ambers. They're vicious. Not a week goes by without them killing and gutting somebody. They're wicked heretics. They respect nothing. They follow no rules.
Et allez signaler ça au suivant.
Yes, I'm sorry, your lordship. I'll just go report to the liege. They killed her. They killed my lady. Oh, this is terrible.
Loot! Une épée tronçonneuse. quoi ça, des électro-grenades? Ça. Et... Alors, 2 rangs disponibles pour Lydia. On va se contenter de continuer de l'augmenter. Pas mal ça. Donc et là un petit
Always keep your eye on the price.
brochure, on n'a ni règles ni leader, on n'a pas une organisation, force de la nature. C'est souvent les échecs critiques. Pas normal. Il va falloir que je regarde s'il n'y a pas un souci dans le code de mon application. Ça fait quoi? Carapace de prévôt. À prendre.
Keep your wits about you.
The tall, hunched tech priest stares at you unblinkingly. A breathing mask conceals his gaunt features. The skin on his hands is of a sickly gray hue, while his augments show signs of combat damage and are plated in black chromium, giving him a general air of lugubriousness.
Initiating identification procedure. This unit is defined as Lodis Opticon 22 and is a lawfully authorized representative structural part Nissan's fleet and the priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Access has been granted to the following options: information exchange, strengthening of diplomatic links, strayed, initiating official greeting procedure for Sieger 4 C esteemed C high value visitors.
Pascal and Opticon 22 exchange glances and a short series of Binharic signals before bowing their heads in satisfaction. Opticon 22's head bows noticeably lower than Pascal's. Eogun shifts the angle of his frame in a formal bow, folding his hands to make the sign of the Omnisia's cog. His galvanic cell crackles, enveloping the manipulus in the motive force. Opticon 22 responds with a Binharic phrase that sounds deeply reverent in its own strange way. Then, he honors Nuncius with a...
Under the contractual obligation in question, 34.761, Terran years ago, the Explorator Cognizance Fleet received from representative slate-authorized units of the Von Valancius dynasty a volume of high-grade promethium equal to the fuel capacity of 6 Tantalian void tankers.
Il y a de ça 34 760. 34 ans. 34 000, je crois. Et
Received it and then didn't pay. Compensate. Remunerate. Settle accounts. Should I go on, or is that enough synonyms?
The stipulated payment reciprocal offering from the Cognizance fleet can be made to von Valancius assets at the current time, after which the contractual obligation will be fulfilled /archived/archived/. Confirm your status regarding acceptance of the payment /.
Hold on.
The request is accepted. The sacred machines will be loaded into the hold of your vessel. The contractual obligation, Logistica Theta, is concluded. The Cognizance fleet thanks House von Valancius for its cooperation. The Explorator fleet will also accept information about planets. Omnifaceted study of the Coronis expanse is the Lyosacred. The Cognizance, an example that demonstrates the outlined pattern. A void station in the system of...
Il nous propose des trucs sympas. Je crois que les prénoms sacrés, il n'y a que... Pas sûr. Alors, qu'est-ce que je peux choper? J'ai déjà 3 niveaux, c'est déjà... Hop. Un mur... Ah, là. Le mot de passe de ce matin. Mhm. Et coucou Aslit. Ça va et toi? Alors, je vous écris pour vous informer qu'il y a 2 jours, le déchargement a été interrompu par de l'assaut de la bande des Envers. 3 serviteurs des baradeurs détruits lors de l'attaque de plein de marchandises portant le numéro de série FEDA1 1665 a été avec son contenu.
Is there money to be made?
L'échelle. De quoi tu parles
My house.
You are outdated and suboptimal. Your body has suffered deterioration and requires modification.
Funnily enough, I've grown rather attached to the old thing. Have patience. Someone will shoot me any minute now, and then you'll have your chance to upgrade me.
Alors, note étrange. 1. Le livre saint près de l'hôtel. 2. Ce putain de douanier, il est toujours là de garde, il prend... Et au moins, c'est un serviteur ou quoi? À vous de deviner. En gare, près de la fenêtre. Ne pas oublier de saluer l'empereur par la fenêtre. Comme ça qu'on devine. Odd.
I've read about this.
Châssis conduit. Réservé aux familiers.
I always keep my options open.
The dime will be as slippery as a snake, like any seasoned operator. I don't need any voices in my head to predict that.
Some leaders hold onto power with an iron fist. But Takara isn't the type. He's an opportunist. A brilliant opportunist.
Let us not dawdle.
Fonctionnaire de rang 5.
Alpha Row, the best dock on Footfall. It is clean, well equipped, and caters to a higher class of traveler. By local standards, that is.
A very polite way of saying a filthy hole that's slightly less filthy than the rest, Seneschal.
Oh. L'utilisateur et ses alliés sont invulnérables aux dégâts infligés par ces grenades. Ah. Et optique améliorée. La cyber-aigle reçoit un bonus de exception de 15. 105. Pas du tout à quoi ça correspond. Ah non. Et à cette époque qui est la nôtre, pas la peur, allez chez eux. Ouvrez leurs cadavres en deux comme des carcasses à l'abattoir. Marine impériale, Casbalika, Chorda, Van Valensus, leur nom n'a plus d'importance. Mais on les fera disparaître de... Emparez-vous de leur pouvoir jusqu'à... Par contre.
As it should be.
Keep your wits about you.
Ok, ça c'est... Hop. L'autre va aller là.
I did it?
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I always have a backup plan.
On va essayer
I always keep my options open. I will lead us to fortune.
Voilà. Les codes, ça n'a jamais été mon fort. Ah, donc je...
Let us not dawdle.
Alors, un niveau. Élimination. Attaque immanquable qui a 30% de terre. Nombre de points de dégâts supplémentaires égal à 25%. Donc à la cible. Dans sa réserve. La réduction de pénétration d'armure et la réduction de parade sont... Ah. Garde inflexible. Ok. On a quoi? Supériorité constante. À la fin du combat, l'archimitant peut lancer une attaque partout. Première attaque qui suit de cette capacité supérieure. Coup de 0. Ah. Genre de prime. Partie. Plusieurs attaques simultanées. Le marquer. Le contrôle. Stratège choisit une zone tactique de combat. Pas du tout ça. Et là, elle c'est un chasseur de...
Is there money to be made?
On va aller dans la gomme. Instant. Je te pose. Alors, nous sommes dans l'atrium.
I am forever astonished that Reverend Hieronymus makes do with that shoebox of a chapel in the atrium for his sermons. Footfall has several temples, far more befitting his status.
The Drusians are a unique order. They teach people to be content with little, and they follow that principle themselves.
My house would be proud of me.
Les colonnes sont réussies.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Ni règle, ni leader. Une organisation force de la nature. Par une fois. Allez, tu vois moi ce conteneur.
The buzzing crowd has closed in on several harried-looking individuals. Some of their faces are smeared with fresh blood. The angry cries and twisted faces leave no doubt a massacre is about to take place.
Just cut their throats already. What were they thinking letting that ship dock at Footfall? They're all stricken. No, no cutting. We get their blood on us, we'll be tainted too. Better burn them.
Be quiet, you scoundrel.
A priest, clad in a simple black raiment, cuts through the crowd like a void ship crossing the sky.
You dare pass judgment on others? What arrogance, to think you have the right.
Argenta starts at the sight of the elderly priest.
That's Reverend Hieronymus. I'm surprised he's decided to intervene in a street squabble.
Several dozen gazes bore into you.
And who are you supposed to be?
The rabble-rouser laughs uproariously.
And I'm Incendia Corda. Cut the guff. Her ladyship Theodora is head of the von Valancius line. I saw her with my own eyes when she came to Footfall. And you don't look much like her.
D'accord.
Silence. You must be completely out of your minds. A band of woefully dim-witted reprobates who think themselves bringers of justice. Who are you to pass judgment on anyone? All you ought to be doing is suffering and repenting till the end of your days.
And what's so wrong about that, Reverend? We just want to put these heretics to death. We're not heretics.
The haggard man is on the verge of tears.
We're refugees. I swear it on the Golden Throne. We served the Imperium faithfully until they hung us out to dry. Where were the protectors that were meant to shield the lands of humanity from nightmares? Traitors. Traitors and heretics, the lot of them.
A murmur runs through the crowd. The people gawk at you, at the priest, at the wretched group huddling in the center.
How tiring. The motley sea of colors that fills this restless crowd is hard on the eye. So many hues. But most of them are acid yellow streaks of fear. As for the hearts of those who have been forced to defend themselves, they are shrouded in purplish black grief. But their words are as transparent as the ice that lies at the top of a glacier. But commoners are always deaf to others' suffering, for such is their nature. Interfering in their affairs is hardly worthy of you or me, Captain.
Alors, que tous les bateaux rentrent chez eux. Quant aux réfugiés, rendez-vous sur le quai Alpha Rouge. Vous y retrouverez plus tard. Obéissez ou vous subirez les conséquences de vos actions.
The rabble-rouser looks at you morosely.
I don't want to get in trouble over...
The refugees use the interruption to make off and
the arrogance and self-righteousness of a malefactor.
The priest shakes his head disapprovingly. Then his eyes shift to you.
I am Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso, head of the Drusian mission here on Footfall. I thank you for stepping in. Please come see me when you have the time. We can talk then.
I always have a backup plan.
The sight of this cogitator would be enough to break any tech priest's heart. The machine is leaning slightly to one side, grimy, covered in scrawled drawing. Pascal's respirator lets out a mournful hiss before he says grimly,
"The right of operation has been repeatedly and blasphemously violated, requesting the identification and punishment of the deplorable acolyte entrusted with caring for the spirit of this machine."
Tentez de réparer le cogitateur.
After a series of creaks and groans,
"Praise the Omnissiah. The machine spirit of this cogitator is aggrieved but willing to serve."
accompanied by the crack. The screen flickers a few times before revealing to the world a text in low Gothic.
In the name of the founder of Footfall Station, conqueror of stars, builder of outposts, the noblest rogue trader Parsimus Duane, and on behalf of all his descendants, I welcome you. This cogitator was installed on the order of the illustrious...
Abelard's brow furrows. Parsimus Duane. I've never heard of such a rogue trader house.
Whoever this Parsimus was, he sure thought big.
Lord Captain Parsimus Duane, one of the trailblazers of the Coronis Expanse, and this station's founder. I've read about his great deeds. Lord Duane was once a colonel of the Astra Militarum, but, by his will, later inherited a warrant. He accumulated enough power to gather a small fleet of loyal allies and venture out to conquer the Coronis Expanse.
De Castel.
They say Footfall was meant to be his personal palace world, but the construction dragged on for decades, and Lord Parsimus eventually died of old age. His enemies instantly tore Footfall to pieces and turned it into the bastion of humanity we know today. One that is full of bandits, privateers, hustlers, and rogue traders.
Pleased with herself, Cassia nods slightly to let everyone know that the lecture is over.
Sélectionnez la section intitulée à propos de Castel.
Footfall Station has been envisioned by the great Parsimus Duane as a palace in the stars.
The cogitator wheezes and blinks, clearly trying to... The cogitator whirs and the screen turns back up.
One of the first structures on Footfall was the colossal statue of the Emperor. A whole asteroid was used for the creation of this sculpture, but even its titanic proportions cannot convey the awe that every faithful servant of the Imperium feels before the Master. The statue is the center of Footfall in the same way that the Emperor is the center and heart of the Imperium. As construction progresses, new, smaller asteroids are being attached to the statue, their surface serving as a foundation for glorious palaces and temples, and their inner tunnels as home for the commoners and rabble.
Les plans de Parsimus Duane.
The cogitator flickers and grunts before displaying a tapestry of text.
The great Parsimus Duane intends to conquer the Coronis Expanse and build the most grandiose structure which will shine through the ages, praising the names of its creator and his descendants, Footfall, the palace in the stars. The glory of the great Parsimus's deeds will live on throughout the ages, and his grand designs...
The cogitator hisses for a while, then the screen flickers and once more shows... Pascal's vox wheezes mournfully.
The spirit of this machine is enraged and will perform...
I've read about this.
I always keep my options open.
As it should be.
La viole. Arme de qualité douteuse, fabriquée avec des pièces.
Is there money to be made?
Experience. Nothing matters more.
That's nice.
My success is an irrefutable
I must thank you, esteemed Magos. After your intervention, I feel 50 years younger. Both my knee implants are as good as new.
I agreed to help out of respect for the priceless array of augmentations placed in your body. Such sacred creations deserve the best maintenance available.
Prends soin des augmétiques près de toi.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
The machine god grants the insight.
Que nous avons accès ici. Pas pour toi, Bella. Ça, c'est un tour dans l'équipement que j'ai récupéré.
Keep your wits about you.
Je dirais. Et de force, ça, dans le choix des pertes. Active. Teaser. Amulette d'anatomie. Baïonnette. Pêcheur. Pêcheur. Et ça. Add. Ça peut être fort, ça. Je... Bon... Il y a assez pour aussi. 14. The Psyker. Petit hérétique. De précision. Quoi? Poignée générique. un peu mieux comment fonctionnent les capacités, les classes. Hein. Pas évident. Et à chaque fois que je tue quelqu'un avec, en vrai, j'ai pas besoin de la. Gant de tracker. Mettre de parer les attaques capable de mêler avec son arme à distance. Hop. Pas mal. Il y a des bots de non, hein. Une autre arme, on avait des bolsters, non? Ouais, c'est que ça. Lame, bolster. Qu'est-ce que je peux lui mettre comme grenade ou équipement? Peut-être une. Là. Du groupe. On a quoi? Mental. Cool ça. Je vais voir si j'ai une meilleure arme maintenant. Ça, un tir de précision, 16 de dégâts que le sniper que j'ai fait. %. J'avoue que celui-là est tentant. Où est-il? Enfin bref. Cassia, on s'en fout un peu d'armes. Mis à part son bateau. Pour le moment. Là où? Ok, on va voir un peu de ton armure, toi, parce que... Ah, ce... Bonne armure. Accessoires. Pas terrible tout ça.
I always have a backup plan.
C'est quoi ce vieux? ce que c'est.
Let us not dawdle.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
An
This is
expected result.
intriguing.
Donc le commandant. Hop, un cadavre dans l'armoire.
The premonition runs true.
Une victime des envers.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Encore un truc derrière, oui. Hop, hop, hop. Vraiment un drôle de bug.
Is there money to be made?
This young man is clearly making every effort to look dapper. His fashionable clothes are practically new and his hair is well groomed. What ruins this impression is the poorly scrubbed off oil stains from his leaky implant and the fit of the jacket, which was clearly made for someone else.
Come one, come all. See for yourself the best collection of live Xenos on footfall.
Si je veux essayer de le faire libérer. Pas le- Quel genre de ménagerie s'agit-il?
Dangerous, vicious, ruthless xenobeasts, caught red-handed as they were attempting to commit evil against the Imperium. But right now, they're harmless. Our cages can withstand their rage. But I wouldn't recommend getting too close, haha.
Non, pas des xénos, vous avez simplement maquillé des mutants.
The man's smile dims, but only for a moment.
Not Xenos, you
His words are oozing with greenish-yellow hues. I do not think the promise will be kept. Such entertainment is lucrative precisely because billions of Imperium subjects have never encountered a Xenos in their life. Ignorance and curiosity create colossal demand. That's what I was taught. And I can see that the lesson was truthful.
Allez.
Apologies, sir. That is simply impossible. Private property, legitimate business, licensed by the Liege. Last but not least, it's a noble cause. To help the citizens of Footfall foster a proper attitude toward enemies of the Imperium.
With a guilty look, he makes a helpless gesture.
Pas envie de prendre de perdre un point de fortune pour les acheter. Pas envie de les tuer non plus.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Our prayers are different, but I notice similarity in our attitudes towards ministry. It unites us.
You are right. Only we know what it is to pray to our intercessor at an altar in our struggle to protect those close to us, to be their spiritual shield.
Merde, c'est pas obligé. Une sauvegarde. Ah, d'avoir marché.
I always have a backup plan.
Operation successful.
Keep your wits about you.
La statue de l'empereur. La même langue.
Incredible. Your heart, esteemed Magos, shines with a kaleidoscope of colors, albeit one made of metal.
Only laypersons believe feelings to be the preserve of flawed flesh. We know the higher passions granted by the Omnissiah, the aversion to tech corruption, the blessing of compliance with the canon of maintenance, and the satisfaction of effective devotional service.
I always keep my options open.
Huh, my patience. You remember the way out? Dismissed.
The tall man in austere gray clothes makes a show of looking past the woman he's addressing.
Vladam, Vladam, Vladam. What Azzy put such harsh words into your mouth? You talk like you're an imperial clerk, not one of us.
The woman, who is standing with her back to you, lets out an ostentatious sigh. Then her tone changes dramatically.
Where's my cargo, Vladam? Falco has it, doesn't he? So that's how you do business with your old friends these days.
Par les créateurs de jeux. Je comprends pas.
So you don't remember. Then the help will remind you. Guards, escort her out.
Hey, Dottie, move.
The massive guard leans down to the woman and says in a lowered voice,
Jay, get going while he's letting you. Go drown your sorrows at the Imasikas and thank your lucky stars you were able to walk out the door. You won't get the chance next time.
First an insult, and now threats. I see courtesy and tact are no longer a valued commodity on footfall. Oh well, I'll find myself a better deal.
She turns on her heel and heads toward the exit. As she passes you by, she gives you a quick once-over, winks at you, then immediately turns away with a flip of her jet black hair. The tall man,
Apprendre à
who has
Dungan.
long since noticed your presence, is studying you intently.
Vladimir Tokara, Liege of Footfall. Let us please proceed to my office. A spread befitting a visitor of your rank is waiting. Your entourage will be accommodated nearby.
Bien sûr, allons-y.
Please follow me.
While you are engaged in small talk, you get a chance to take the measure of Liege Tokara. His expression is aloof and focused, his gestures curt and firm, and his speech calm and quiet, as though he is used to people always listening to what he says. Judging by his observant gaze, he has been studying you in turn this whole time.
Tu crois?
Vladimir straightens in his chair and says, in a polite but completely indifferent tone,
Let's talk business. On behalf of the elite of Footfall Station, I offer you my condolences, Lord von Valancius. We mourn Lady Theodora's loss, and we hope this sentiment is taken as a sign of our good intentions and willingness to cooperate.
Merci, suzerain, c'est en effet une terrible perte pour nous.
I hope that under your guidance, the dynasty can recover from this blow and attain even greater power. I'm impressed by your prudence. Your decision to arrive on Footfall Incognito without announcing either the death of the previous rogue trader or your own status. It was quite wise. The rumors will spread sooner or later. It's impossible to keep secret something that's known to the thousands of people serving on a void ship. But for now, you are free to reap the benefits of anonymity.
Et au niveau de mémoire, oui.
As you may have noticed, Footfall is currently in a state of crisis. Its people would benefit from the patronage of a figure such as yourself.
Qui était cette femme que vous avez fait raccompagner par les gardiens?
The dame's expression hardens, and he makes a frustrated gesture.
A dead woman walking. Some, however, still call her
Roger
J.A. Haidari, a small-time hustler with big ambitions that will lead her to a sticky end.
Comme beaucoup.
It's strange. A small-time hustler, even a particularly audacious one, wouldn't likely quarrel in public with a figure as important as the Liege of Footfall. What seems stranger still is that the Liege knows this small fry by name.
D'avoir réussi ce...
She is irrelevant. Since I'm the one in control of the situation on Footfall, I can speak on behalf of all of its noteworthy residents.
Je me suis fait attaquer directement sur vous.
An outrageous stunt, a show of disrespect for both you and me. Sadly, such incidents on Footfall are akin to natural disasters, impossible to predict or preempt, they simply happen. Many consider Footfall to be a pirate den, but believe me when I say that there is a difference between organized crime and gangs of thugs who have nothing to lose. You were attacked by the latter. The Anvers are a gang of punks who spit on our customs and hierarchy. Even their leader is more akin to an ideologue, a rabble-rouser who calls for people's heads. Not a commander. Sooner or later, we will find him and have him strung up. That will likely cool his followers' enthusiasm.
Behind the carefully built facade of composure, you sense anger. It appears that this man is not used to losing control, but that is exactly what is happening.
Alors, j'aimerais plus en savoir plus sur ce gang. Pourquoi n'ont-ils pas encore été mis hors d'état de nuit?
He grits his teeth slightly before answering.
I've been using all my resources to delay the moment when the station is hit by famine. I haven't gotten around to the Anvers yet. As detrimental as they are, they're no players. When their leader dies, the rest will scatter.
C'est vrai que vous ayez perdu votre assist.
What?
Your words seem to perplex him for a moment, but his face remains cold.
Oh, that. Yes, her death was a regrettable development.
Le procteur Antar vous a-t-il rendu visite?
Shortly before you did, he was interested in certain sensitive information, which I happen to possess, and he also required access to the dock cogitators containing logging and administration data. Naturally, I offered my full cooperation and provided the esteemed arbitrators with a designated area at the docks where they could work away from the bustle and din of the crowd. I assume that is where the proctor is at the moment.
Quelle est la situation dans la région?
Troubling. Xenos raids are growing more frequent, trade is suffering, and fringe worlds are going under. Rumors of atrocities being committed by enemies of humanity are causing excessive panic due to their exotic nature. The core of the Imperium forces in the Coronis Expanse has departed for the sector's borders to combat the Xenos threat. There's been no word from them for a while now. Then again, with the distance and the current issues with astropaths, that is not entirely out of the ordinary. Still, we're not yet alone. From several of the worlds hit by Xenos attacks, we've received reports of fierce warriors who descended from the sky and entered the fray. The fragmentary accounts lead me to believe that the blessed Adeptus Astartes are operating in the Coronis Expanse, and I await news of their victories with great anticipation.
Bye. Les Xénos ont-ils déjà attaqué Castel?
No, they haven't. Attacking Footfall in general is not a particularly reasonable thing to do. Many ships are docked here at any given time, and even the listed weapons on board would make for a decent fighting force. And that's not even to mention the firepower that our esteemed merchants have shamefully hidden from the station's customs officials. For us here, Xenos are more of a source of income than a threat.
D'accord.
Vladame freezes, gauging your reaction.
Je n'approuve pas cette crainte. Connaître, comprendre ses attaques.
I'm convinced that your connections with Footfall will allow you to broaden your knowledge and understanding of Xenos considerably. I will see to it that your curiosity is satisfied in every way.
Bon, et sinon, quel genre de soutien attendez-vous de moi?
Protection. Not military protection, but a different kind of security. You have, of course, already encountered difficulties with warp navigation on your way here. I'm afraid the scope of these difficulties extends far beyond this area. Reports of disrupted routes and ships vanishing during short jumps are coming in from across the entire sector.
Okay.
Communication with the Calixis sector has been extremely unstable. Of the ships that have dived into the Maw in recent years, none have yet returned. The last ship that came through the Maw from the other side was struck by a temporal anomaly. The jump took almost 2 decades in real space-time.
You have heard of periods of warp instability, including cases where the Maw would become completely inaccessible for navigation for years on end, thus temporarily cutting off the Coronis Expanse from the Imperium. Even so, Vladium's words are particularly alarming. It seems that something has had a profound effect on the Maw.
And this brings us to our main issue. Footfall is a repair shipyard and a trading post. We barely produce anything ourselves and are largely dependent on incoming shipments, especially food shipments. The station, naturally, has some reserves, but the supply issues didn't start yesterday. Footfall would be obliged if House von Valancius would assist us by signing a contract for food deliveries.
Que de la bouffe. J'imagine que je ne suis pas le premier à qui vous avez demandé de l'aide.
Naturally, I tried contacting other road traders, but the terms of House Corda would have bled Footfall dry, and as for the esteemed Caligos Winterscale, instead of a food shipment from him, I received a transport, the Navica, packed with refugees. I had to send them off to Falston. So many extra mouths to feed would have only worsened the crisis further. I suppose all these warp fluctuations must have created more pressing concerns for Lord Winterscale. And so I put my faith in you, the third and last of Footfall's allies.
En résumé, Castel ne reçoit plus de livraison, les gangs échappent à tout contrôle et les contrebandiers viennent faire un esclandre dans votre résidence. L'heure de mettre la situation.
Vladame listens with a stony expression.
You are very perceptive.
No.
Well, now you know what you're buying. The situation is difficult, But should you decide to offer your support, you'll forget about the existence of trading hubs other than Footfall, because you won't have more loyal friends anywhere else.
Quelles seraient les conditions de ce?
It's simple. Delivery of food shipments from your fertile worlds. Janus, I imagine. I'm quite familiar with that jewel of the Von Valancia's protectorate in exchange for fair payment.
Allez, on va taper toujours dans l'iconoclaste. Hein. Je vais aider Castel, mais pas pour mancherie. Ne peut ni recevoir de faveur, ni devenir votre protecteur. Ou simplement, tuer des vies.
Vladame's gaze is slightly distrustful.
Such charity is a rare sight in the Coronis expanse. Even figures as powerful as rogue traders do not show it often. Thank you, your lordship.
Où faut-il aller dans la station pour faire quelque chose?
Here. I am the main dealer on the station, and it would be disrespectful of me to suggest that you take your business to footfall traders of lesser importance. Still, you might take an interest in if you're looking for goods that can entertain you, find Octaviana at the establishment called the Adeptus Amasecus. The chemical bliss that she offers is refined and possesses a satisfactory degree of purity. Just don't ask her to pour you her signature drink. It's meant for common footfall rabble, not discerning clientele.
Allons à faire, vos marchandises.
I'm at your service. You can expect the most
Donc, qu'est-ce que tu achètes? Oh, je peux... Ah. Qu'est-ce que tu prends? Trophée Eric. De... On va me donner des armes. Ok. Quelle heure est-il? 23h05. Arrêtez la course. Ceci étant dit, je vous remercie pour votre part. Mais je vais faire juste un petit résumé de l'événement de la semaine prochaine. Le stream. Et vous aurez l'occasion notamment de faire du cyberpunk. Gold, Vendée tout taille, R aussi. N'hésitez pas à nous rejoindre la semaine prochaine pour participer à cet événement. Il y a aussi une cagnotte qui permettra à la fois de financer la chaîne, d'achat dans le rôle à participer également à cette. Sur ce jeu, une bonne fin.